Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope that you are feeling well. In my previous lectures, I have explained and translated Jinnah's vision of Pakistan. Today, once again, I will explain and translate the last few paragraphs of the same lesson. But before going to start this lesson, let me tell you something about the objectives that we are supposed to attain at the completion of this lesson. So first of all, we have the main idea, then theme, MCQs, short questions, and grammatical structures. In my previous lectures, I told you that Jinnah vision of Pakistan has been very controversial. Jinnah was a liberal barrister who always favored champion Hindu-Muslim unity in the beginning. But later on he came to know, he realized that Hindus can never be true to Muslims. So he expressed his vision of Pakistan in his 11th August 1947 speech which he delivered to the Constituent Assembly. He talked about an inclusive, impartial government. He told the members of the Constituent Assembly about the two functions of the Assembly. First of all, it is the duty of Constituent Assembly to make constitution in the future, or to make a future constitution of Pakistan. Secondly, to work as a federal legislature. Okay, apart from that, we also discussed that XII says that this partition of subcontinent was a cyclonic and unprecedented, or what we call Titanic revolution. He called it a revolution which took place without any bloodshed. It was a peaceful revolution. Understand? So today we will discuss further that he told the people about the hostilities. Previously, the people were hostile to each other. They had a personal enmity, hostility. So he told the members of the Constituent Assembly to bury the hatchet. Means that they should bring an end to their personal hostilities, enmity, and they should mutually cooperate. They should work together to make Pakistan a great nation. Further, he said that they should bring an end to their hostile relationship. Bury the hatchet. Hatchet is basically, it is a kind of axe, a small axe. Kulhari. So bury the hatchet is basically an idiom. Means to bring an end to hostilities, to personal contradiction or enmity. Then he further said about the angularities of the communities will vanish in course of time. He said to the members of the Constituent Assembly that the hostilities, the angularities, the enmities, the contradiction, the controversies between different communities will come to an end with the passage of time. With the passage of time, all the hostilities, all the contradiction, all the controversies between different communities of the state will come to an end. Then moreover he said that personal hostilities of the people of the subcontinent were basically the main cause of their not attaining the freedom in time. Personal hostility as a hindrance in the attainment of freedom. Now you see these personal means controversies, contradictions were the main reason that the people of subcontinent could not attain their freedom. Okay. Then next he said people of 400 means a nation of 400 million people cannot be held in subjugation or in subjection for too long. He told the members of the Constituent Assembly that any nation having 400 people, 400 masses, they cannot be kept, they cannot be held in subjugation for long. It is very difficult task to hold them in subjection for a long time, because that was a nation of 400 million people. Now you see, further he said about the religious freedom. He said to the member of the constitution, there will be complete religious freedom to the citizen of Pakistan. They are free to go to their temples, they are free to go to their mosque or any place of worship in the state of Pakistan. And he also said that Hindus cease to be Hindus and Muslims cease to be Hindus in political sense, not in religious sense, because religion is something personal. That has nothing to do with the state affairs. In this sense, Quaid-e-Azam was a secular barrister because he kept apart. He kept apart, or he kept separated what? Means state affairs from religion. That is why he says that Muslims cease to be Muslim and Hindus cease to be Hindus in political sense, not in religious sense. Religion is something personal. Quaid-e-Azam had nothing to do with religion because he wanted all the citizens of Pakistan to be only Pakistani. Only Pakistani. Next, after presenting this sketch, let's read and translate the text. Previously, we said that we should wholly and solely concentrate on the well-being of Pakistan and especially of the masses and the poor. We have done it. Today we'll start. If you will work in cooperation, cooperation means mutual cooperation, mutual assistance, help. Cooperation means help, assistance. If we will work in cooperation, forgetting the past, whatever we had, whatever relation we had in the past, we should forget about that. We should go ahead with a new spirit. Forgetting the past, burning the hatchet. Burning the hatchet means to cease hostility and enmity. Dushmani ko khatam karna. Burning the hatchet, you are bound to succeed. If you forget about your past contradiction, controversies, hostilities, so we are bound. Definitely we will succeed. If you change your past and work together in a spirit, that every one of you, no matter what community he belongs to, he said to the members of the Constituent Assembly, if they forget about their past relationship, they should take a start with a new spirit. So, whatever the community you might have, no matter to what community he belongs, no matter what relation he had with you in the past, we should means the bygone should be bygone. We should forget about the past. Now we should go ahead with a new spirit, with new relationship. No matter what community he belongs, no matter what relation he had with you in the past, no matter what is his color, forget about the color, forget about the racial differences, forget about the ethnicity, forget about the color of the skin, because there is no difference amongst the citizens of the state, among the citizens of Pakistan. Caste, do you know caste? Caste means Zat. In Urdu we call it Zat, class or stratum. Your caste might be different. Your creed means faith, belief. Your creed, Akida, that might be different. But that is something personal. Now we are only Pakistanis. We have no Pathans, no Hind, means no Punjabi, no Sindhi. We are all citizens of the same state. No Greek is first, second and last a citizen of the state with equal rights. Now we are all equal. There is no difference between or among different communities of Pakistan. We are all citizens of one state. We are equal. We have equal rights, equal privileges. Privileges means prerogatives or concessions. We have our own special rights. We have our own privileges, prerogatives. We have our own amenities and obligations. Yes, we have or equal rights, but we have or equal obligation. Obligation means duties, liabilities, frais. There will be no end to the progress you will make. Means if we are working with the same spirit and we are all equal citizens, so there will be what? No end to the progress of Pakistan. To the progress of Pakistan, mean Pakistan will develop, will progress day by day if we bring an end to our personal contradiction, controversies or hostilities. I cannot emphasize it too much. Emphasize means stress. Emphasize means to stress upon something. I cannot emphasize it too much. We should begin to work in that spirit. Once again, we repeat it. That we should work with the sense of what? Cooperation, love and affection should work. And in the course of time, all these angularities means hostility, controversy, means with the passage of time, if we are working with the same spirit, with enthusiasm, with the same passion, definitely with the passage of time, all the hostilities and angularities will get expired, will come to an end. Okay, next, the Hindus communities, angularities of the majority and minority communities, definitely the community which is in majority and any community which is in minority, the difference between them, the hostility between them, controversy, the feelings of that hostile feelings will come to an end with the passage of time. As regard to Muslim, we have Pathans, Punjabis, Shias, Sunnis, and so on. In Muslim, we have these sects, like we have means we have sections, we have different ethnicity, we have different castes, we have different religious sects. So the Hindus, Brahmins, and among the Hindus we have Brahmins, Vaishnavas, Khatris and Bengalis. These are different sections in Hindus having different names. Brahmins, Khatris and Bengalis, Madrasis and so on will vanish. He means to say that we have different religions, we have different sects, but now when Pakistan came into being, all these sections, these subsections, that would come to an end and we would be recognized, we would be identified as one Pakistanis. Then we have, next we have, indeed if you ask me, this has been the biggest hindrance. Hindrance means rukawat. Hindrance means rukawat, check, impediment. We call it impediment. Biggest hindrance in the way of India to attain freedom and independence. Now you see our personal hostility or personal controversies have been a hindrance, an impediment in the attainment of freedom. If we had amicable relationship, so quite earlier we would have attained our freedom. But due to these hostilities, means the people of subcontinent could not attain freedom in time or on time. We should begin. Okay, then we have next. Indeed, if you ask me, this has been the biggest hindrance. What was the biggest hindrance? These personal hostility had been a biggest hindrance in attainment of freedom. Else we should have been free people long ago. We would have been a free nation. But our personal hostilities was a kind of were a kind of impediment or hindrance in the way of attainment of freedom. No power can hold another nation, especially a nation of 400 million soul in subjection. Subjection means subjugation. Subjection means gulami. Means that a nation of 400 people cannot be dominated, cannot be subjugated for too long. Nobody could have conquered you. Conquer means to defeat. And even if it had happened, nobody could continue its hold on you for any length of time. Yes, he means to say that a nation of 400 people cannot be kept in subjugation for too long. If they were conquered, they would not kept them in subjugation for too long. Yes, Muslim could be conquered. Muslim could be conquered for the time being, but their domination would not last for too long. That would not last for too long. No power can hold another nation, especially a nation of 400 million souls in subjection. Nobody could have conquered you, and even if it, but for this, it happened, nobody could have continued its hold on you for any length of time, but for this. Therefore, we must learn a lesson from this. Quaid-e-Azam told him about the unity, about unity, because there were no unity among the people of subcontinent. That is why they were kept in subjugation by whom? By English. If they were united, if they were integrated, they would have attained freedom quite long ago. Now you see, nobody could have conquered you anywhere. If it happened, nobody could have continued its hold on you for any length of time, but for this. Therefore, we must learn a lesson from this. You are free to go to your temples, you are free to go to your mosque, or to any place, other place of worship. Worship means adoration, ibadat. In the state of Pakistan, you may belong to any religion or caste or creed. That has nothing to do with the business of the state. Now Quaid-e-Azam emphatically told the people or the member of the Constituent Assembly that the people of Pakistan are free to go to their temples, to go to their mosques, to any place of worship in the state of Pakistan. Now you see, Quaid-e-Azam told about complete freedom of religion. Freedom of religion, because every citizen of the state are free to go to their respective place of worship. So here we are told about complete religious freedom. Now I think further he said, now I think we should keep that in front of us as an ideal. Do you know ideal? Ideal means as goal, maqsad, aim, goal. So Quaid-e-Azam told them, the people, that they are free to go to their respective place of religion. Now whatever he said to the people of the council or the members of the Constituent Assembly, he categorically said that all whatever he said, that should be kept as a goal in front of themselves. And you will find that in course of time Hindus would cease to be Hindus and Muslim would cease to be Muslim, not in religious sense, because that is personal faith of each individual, but in the political sense as citizen of the state. Once again he said that in Pakistan Hindu would cease to be Hindus and Muslim would cease to be Hindus. It means that religion is something personal, that is something individual, that has nothing to do with the state affairs. It has nothing to do with the state affairs. Rather, they should work as Pakistani, not as Hindu, as Muslim. Rather, they should work as a Pakistani, because they are Pakistani. Later on, they would just conduct, they would observe their respective rights of religion, but basically they are Pakistani. So they should work as Pakistani, and they should live with affection, just like brothers. Okay? I hope that you have understood translation and explanation.